There was sexual abuse throughout slavery. Thomas Thistlewood, an 18th century Jamaican planter, noted multiple acts of sexual abuse inflicted on enslaved men and women by white slave owners. He spoke of Mr. Watt committing sodomy with his male slave. Buckbreaking is the practice of humiliating enslaved men sexually in front of other slaves to gain submission and obedience. There seems to be a correlation between buckbreaking and the prison rape culture. Essentially, male rape victims in the U.S. prison population are without legal recourse. Those seeking legal justice are met with more obstacles than female rape victims. In 2001, nearly half of the states in the U.S. had not compiled statistics on male prisoner rape. Most of this was due to the lack of reporting from victims. The prison guards turn a blind eye to male-on-male sexual assault, just like the housemaid wife who turns a blind eye to the husband molesting their daughter. Both of these situations were more common than you think in the past. Randy Payne, 21, was convicted of breaking into a warehouse and stealing liquor. He was placed in a maximum security Texas prison, and 8 days later he was found dead. He was killed because he would not pay convict gangs for protection. The currency to be exchanged was sex. The gangs jumped him, and he was beaten for over 2 hours by 20 different inmates in a prison day room. The guards claimed they never saw a thing. The justice system fosters prison rape culture. Another example is Chandler versus Jones, which involved an inmate bringing allegations of sexual harassment and misconduct. In 1988, the Eastern District of Missouri dismissed the case, explaining sexual harassment of inmates would appear to be a fact of life, absolving prison officials from any responsibility. Attorneys are also reluctant to take on prisoners as clients litigating on their behalf due to the lack of profitability and public opinion. Many cases of sexual abuse in prisons are dismissed in the early status of litigation. Some inmates who are continuous victims of sexual assault can then be exploited by sexual predators in the prison system, used as slaves or property, including being rented for sex. Perpetrators of prison rape typically view themselves as heterosexual because it is about power and dominance, not so much sexual attraction. Sex can be a tool used to dominate and enslave, much like buckbreaking in the American South. What is even more appalling is this is happening with incarcerated children. An adolescent inmate in Nebraska told the group Human Rights Watch, "The kids I know of here are kept in the hospital part of the prison until they turn 16. Then they are placed in general population. At age 16, they are just thrown to the wolves, so to speak, in population. I have not heard of one making it more than a week in population without being raped." A Utah inmate told the group Human Rights Watch, "When I was sent to prison, I was just barely 18 years of age, about 90 pounds. I did 9 years from March 1983 to November of 1991. In that 9 years, I was raped several times. I never told on anyone for it, but I did ask the officer for protective custody. But I was just sent to another part of the prison. Then I was raped again. Then sent to another part of the prison, etc." As we understand more about humanity in an ever-changing human culture, there is hope that the prison system, along with the justice system, will evolve to protect potential rape victims in the prison system. It does take bravery to admit to being a victim of rape, no matter the gender. With larger numbers of reports, the light shines brighter on these atrocities, and then the government will respond. At this moment, the prison rape culture still lingers in the dark, as it has for centuries.